Today, I want to share with you all some valuable insights on how to treat people right and get what you want from them while ensuring mutual satisfaction. In this video, I will show you 3 principles of treating people with examples from my life that will forever change how you look at people. The first example, don't criticize. It is very easy when a person makes us angry to criticize him, but criticism bothers people because it hurts their pride, it hurts their status, because that is what people really care about. Therefore, even if you are right in a given situation, criticism can come across as an insult, causing hurt and resentment. When we deal with people, we must realize they are not beings of logic, but beings full of emotions who will do anything just to preserve their pride and status. Therefore, how should we act correctly? To illustrate that, let me share a personal story. I used to work on woodwork projects with my younger brother. One day, I noticed he wasn't wearing protective gloves. Without them, he can get in serious trouble. And every time I would ask him where your gloves are, he would answer, I don't need them. And so it was until I got angry and started yelling and criticizing for being careless about his own safety. And what happened in return? He also became angry, and out of spite, he would not even think of gloves. And for the rest of the day, he did everything with his bare hands. The next day, I did things differently. I approached him and first apologized for yelling at him. Then I explained him that the gloves were there so that he wouldn't injure his fingers and regret it later. I asked him if his gloves were uncomfortable, and if necessary, I would get him new ones. I let him know I am there to help. And guess what? It worked. And do you see what I did? Instead of criticizing him, I concentrated on his feelings and tried to solve the problem so that he has benefit. Therefore, the first principle is, don't criticize. Put yourself in his point of view. Solve the problem so that the other person has some kind of benefit. Second principle, give sincere appreciation to another person or a sincere compliment. As I said before, people are not creatures of logic, but of emotion. So anything that will boost their status will be understood as something good for them. One of the best ways to boost their status is to sincerely appreciate them or sincerely praise them. And the reason I emphasize sincerely is because if you give fake compliments and fake appreciation, then you're achieving flattery. And flattery is what will destroy any connection with that person. With that said, here's an example. Before I tell you, this principle works especially well on women because they are creatures that appreciate compliments much more. To give you an example, during my stay at my distant grandmother's place, she would often prepare foods I didn't like. Instead of telling her that I didn't like the food, I chose to appreciate the meals she made that I enjoyed. This encouraged her to make more food that I preferred, and it made her feel appreciated. And before you write in the comments, hey, that's manipulation, maybe yes, but in this way both sides are satisfied. I eat the food I like, and grandma prepares them with pleasure and appreciates my praise very much. The third principle, arouse in other person a desire for something. This is the most important principle of this video, and that's why it's at the end. The one who masters this principle will master relationship with people and will have people around him for a lifetime. Let me explain this with a personal story. I had a friend with whom I did side hustles during school holiday, and I noticed he would be more productive if he stopped consuming alcohol and cigarettes. However, instead of directly telling him to quit, I talked about our shared goals and the need to sacrifice something to achieve them. He ended up, without me even mentioning, volunteering to stop drinking and smoking until we reached our goal. However, if I were to say I want him to stop because of me, there would be a problem because he won't change because of me. The bottom line is that if you want someone to do something, don't tell him directly. Instead, arouse a desire in them for that same thing, and they will be more willing to move towards that goal. So there you have it, folks. Use these principles wisely, and you'll see a significant change in your interaction with others.